Woo! All right. I'm live. I hope you can hear me. Oh my gosh. So bear with me, people. Bear with me because this is the first time that I am going live. So this is nuts. And I had some tech issues in the beginning. I was hoping to get on here at like 1 o'clock. And that did not happen. So here we are. And I'm hoping that my mic is working. That's what I'm working on now. I I hope people can hear me. If anyone's live, please comment that you can hear me. But anyway, so yeah, bear with me. This is something brand new to me. I'm excited, and sorry, the lighting, like I'm just seeing the lighting. I'm super pale, as you guys know. I'm a pale face, so yeah, this is what you get. But anyway, so today I wanted to chat about breastfeeding. It's something I'm super passionate about. I've posted a few videos on breastfeeding. Something that is just super important to me. And it is just something that I want to promote. And I should say, first off, that I am not like, you can only breastfeed. No. A fed baby is the best way to go. So if you are somebody that formula feeds, wasn't able to breastfeed, or has different views, whatever the case is, that is totally fine. I am not like shaming anybody for choosing not to breastfeed. Whatever the case is, that's your decision. And I will mention, actually, my job, all of the pediatric patients I work with go home on infant formula. That is part of my job. So I recognize the importance of formula. Absolutely. It is life-saving. It's nourishing. So certainly that is okay. That's totally fine if you are one to choose to go the formula route. So I'm not here to bash anybody for formula feeding or anything. I'm just here to promote breastfeeding and talk about the benefits and all of that to breastfeeding. And I just encourage it for anybody and everybody. So if you are, considering it or whatever, try it out, try it for a few weeks if you can. It's definitely not something that just, once you pop that baby out of you, that you're just going to all of a sudden magically just breastfeed perfectly, without any pain or anything like that. I'm not saying that at all. It's definitely not the case. So anyway, yeah, that's what I'm here. So I just want to chat with you guys about that. So bear with me. I'm trying to get things set up and everything. It's just, yeah, this, and I apologize for not getting here on time. But anyway, first off, before I get too far into this, I wanted to introduce myself because some of you guys might be new. Some of you might have been with me since the beginning. I'm still growing my channel and everything. And if you have been with me since the beginning, high friggin' five. Thank you so much for supporting me. And if you're new, I'm so happy you're here. Welcome. I hope you consider subscribing, joining the community. But anyway, with that, I am obviously a mom. I've got 2 boys, Desmond and Gabriel. Desmond is 3. Gabriel's about 1.5 years. And I'm also a registered dietitian. Been a dietitian for, I've lost track now, 10 years, 12 years? I don't even remember. But anyway, I've been a dietitian for a while. And then I recently did get my master's degree in human nutrition. So that is me. So yeah, awesome. And I don't know, again, I'm really worried that my mic isn't working right now. So I'm just, again, bear with me. I'm going to see if this, oh, test. Can you hear me? I don't know if there's a way I can test my microphone. Oops, I think I just unmuted myself. Yeah, I don't know. Ay, technology. I'm just gonna oh, you know what? Let me see if I can get, oh, maybe I can do that. There's probably gonna be feedback. I'm gonna just like see if I can log in on my phone. I'm gonna go ahead and search for my channel and see if this is working. Because oh my gosh, if you can't hear me, oh, well, okay, cool. Oh, that's cool. Oh, it works, you guys. Yes. Okay. It works, you guys. Yes. Okay. Praise the Lord. Sweet deal. Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, let's keep going here with this live. Because I do intend on posting this to my channel. Whatever happens, I'm going to be posting this to my channel. So it is what it is. And again, I'm sorry, the lighting is just crazy, just bright. You guys, I'm just pale. This is the skin the good Lord gave me. Okay, enough of that. So like I said, chatting about just breastfeeding. I don't know if anyone, again, please comment in the comments. I'd love to hear from you, what your stance is, what your thoughts are, all that good stuff. I just want to be open and just honest and all that good stuff. So one thing I just wanted to touch on is just kind of like my, I guess, history of breastfeeding or whatever, like going back, like back in the day, like when I was a kid and stuff growing up. Because I'll just, within this conversation, I really wanted to address the fact that it's still just not something that's like well accepted. I mean, it is. I think we're getting there. I think in our country or society, I think we're like getting there gradually. You know, people are being more open to it. Public breastfeeding, that's another thing I wanted to touch on today. But anyway, I just wanted to share kind of like where I came from and that type of thing. Growing up, like I've got two brothers. Growing up, no sisters, unfortunately, growing up. I wish I had a sister. But anyway, like I was never really surrounded by breastfeeding. Like it wasn't something, like I wasn't around babies and kids growing up. Like my mom breastfed us kids. But it's just interesting. Like I wasn't really surrounded by it. And I will say, like, you know, I saw growing up, living with, you know, having two brothers, the fact that it had been, you know, boobs, breasts, titties, they are sexualized, right? That's the main thing. I think it's one of the main, that's like the root of the issue with breastfeeding is that breasts are sexualized. So, you know, I grew up in that environment too. You know, like I was not necessarily taught that boobs are just like sex objects. I wasn't, but that's just my environment. TV, you know, I'm what am I? I'm a millennial, but I grew up in the 90s. So, you know, the show that was a hit in our house, Baywatch. And I just get a little picture in my head of, who is it? What's her name? The blonde that running down the beach. Oh my gosh, why can't I think of her name? You know what I'm talking about. Pamela Anderson with her big giant boobs bouncing on the beach, all like wearing practically nothing, you know, in a bathing suit. So anyway, I actually like the intro. I like the intro music to Baywatch. Is anyone else? The big drum, boom, boom, boom. Anyway, okay, enough of that. So anyway, so again, I'm just saying, like, I grew up in an environment that was like, yeah, boobs are just sex objects. That's all they are. You know, nipples are, you can't see the nipple. That's too much. Nope. You know, that, you know, so that's just where I'm coming from. So I definitely grew up in that type of environment. So, so anyway, I think someone commented, so I just want to read this. Oh, so Miss You Known. Hopefully, yeah, Miss You Known. Sorry, I'm like dyslexic today. No, not Miss Unknown. Miss You Known. Whoa, this is really weird. I was in the same boat. Two brothers, and I was even scared to hold a baby. Yes. Oh my gosh. Seriously, I babysat when I was older, like for one family, and they had a baby, and that was it. And like once or twice. But yeah, dude, I was so afraid of holding babies, being around babies, interacting with kids and babies. Like yeah. And I think I still am probably, even though I have two of my own. It doesn't necessarily change, right? So yeah, it's just funny. But obviously now that I became a mom, it's like, oh yeah, I'm doing it. I'm a mom. Like I still can't even believe I'm a mom, to be quite honest. It's crazy. It's crazy to think. So anyway, cool. Well, welcome. I'm glad you're here, Miss You Known. So anyway, I'm going to be bounced. Sorry, guys. And another reason I'm doing this is because for the challenge of it, I am terrible at public speaking. And that's where I have a channel too. It's like, I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone, challenge myself, because I don't know. I just want to achieve more. I want to break the, break those things. I want to like grow and develop and learn new things and just, like I said, challenge myself. So this is cool. I'm so happy I got a comment. I'm so happy. So thank you. Okay, so moving on. Let me see here. I chatted about that, Baywatch, Brothers. But yeah, so despite what boobs are actually for, it's like literally we were created to have these things right here. To feed and nourish our babies. That's what they're made for. But it's just nuts. And even like, I don't know, when did they become sexualized? Like, is it just within the last 100 years? I don't know. I'm not a history buff, but like, if you think about it, like going way back historically, thousands of years ago, it's like boobs. That's how you nourished your baby, or you had a wet nurse. Like if you couldn't nurse or breastfeed, someone else got on board, thank goodness, and did it for you, hopefully. So anyway, so it's just interesting. I got to do some more research on all of this because it is interesting, like how and when. I mean, like I know pornography, that's a big thing, and TV and Hollywood and all of that. And anyway, we're not here to really dive into that, but the fact is boobs are sexualized, breasts are sexualized. So anyway, so I wanted to also just touch on, I guess like my breastfeeding journey in a way, just the fact like, so when I had my first child, Desmond, 3 years ago, I definitely, when it came to breastfeeding, I definitely was more private, and I was like, no one can see my boob, my skin, like, no. So I did buy a nursing cover. And again, this is totally fine if you have to go that route. But I'm just like, again, I'm just kind of recognizing my own journey here too. So anyway, my first child, I was more private. I had that cover, and I love that cover. In one of my videos, my video I did on like first time mom gift ideas, that was like the first thing I talked about was this cover that I got because it was amazing. Like it had a little opening. It was airy and open, and like it wasn't hot in the summertime. Anyway, I used that everywhere I went with my firstborn child to breastfeed. So I could do it in public, okay, privately, if I was with family or whatever, friends, like I could do it without feeling exposed or being uncomfortable or whatever the case was. So that was child number one. Child number two, Gabriel, I'm definitely in a different boat. I definitely, wherever I'm at, I'm totally comfortable, just kind of, discreetly. I'm not like trying to flash anybody, but I'm just more comfortable with it because over the years, I've learned like, it's a normal thing. It's how we feed and nourish our babies. Like it has, I guess when it comes to the sexualization of my boobs, like, yeah, you can, in the bedroom, they can be utilized as that's your own thing, right? I'm not going to go into details there, but you know what I mean? Certainly they can, with your significant other, whatever the case is, you can use your boobs for sexual pleasure. I'm not saying that at all. You know what I mean? Like that's certainly a thing, but they are primarily used, that their main function is to breastfeed. Okay. So anyway, so yeah, with my second child, definitely was way more comfortable with it, open with it, and everything. So, yeah, I'll just whip it out, put the boob on it, and I'm, that's it. I'm comfortable with it, so that's what it takes, I think, is just, becoming more comfortable and getting used to it and that type of thing. That's what it was for me, at least. So I have another comment from Hilda Ortiz, I believe. Ortiz, sorry. Terrible at pronouncing names. I had my baby 2 months ago. Can I still make milk? I haven't tried pumping. Can I get milk going again, or is it too late? And then my first time mom went straight to formula, now feeling a little guilty. Yes. Okay. I said your name right. So that's a great question. I haven't done a lot of research on that. I believe, though, I want to say from what I have heard about it, I feel like something's in the back of my brain saying that, yes, it potentially is possible. I think obviously it's something that you're just going to have to try. I would definitely try with your baby, maybe instead of the pumping route, because pumping is not as efficient. It's, if you've tried pumping, it does not perfectly mimic the baby's latch to your nipple and the sucking that a baby does. So if your baby's willing to try to latch on and nurse, it might be possible. So, and I am not a doctor. I should say that I'm not a doctor. I'm a dietitian, but I'm not a doctor. I'm not like an expert in this. So, I would say reach out to your doctor or even a lactation consultant. A lot of times, they're more knowledgeable about this kind of thing. That's a great question, though. Again, I think it might be possible. But with that being said, try not to feel guilty. Don't, your decision in the past, that's fine. That's where you were at. Okay. You made the decision to formula feed for a reason, and that is okay. So please do me a favor. Do not be, don't be negative on yourself. Don't beat yourself down or anything like that. Okay. Do not feel guilty about that, please. Rest assured your baby is receiving nutrition, nourishment, what they need through formula. That's what it's there for. So please do not feel guilty or anything. I would hate for any mom to feel that way. But I would ask about that. I would ask the doctor about that, the pediatrician, for sure. That's a great question. All right. So I'm so sorry. Like, I keep seeing myself in the screen. You're very welcome, Hilda Ortiz. You're very welcome. I just feel like I look like a ghost, but again, I know it's just my skin tone. Okay, so moving on. So I wanted to just kind of chat more about like why I'm so passionate about breastfeeding. Again, I kind of already touched on this. It's just something, like I said before, I wasn't really surrounded by it, but I became, I got my education. I'm a dietitian, so nutrition is very, very important to me, obviously. And I'm not saying that I eat perfectly or anything like that. You guys know, if you've seen my other videos, what I feed my kids, all of that, I am not like strict, or I don't eat the perfect diet or anything like that. So I am not the food police. I'm not here to judge anybody for what they eat, because I eat what I want. I treat myself occasionally, and I'll let that be. So, but that's part of it too. I just think like getting my education, having classes that talked about breastfeeding and breast milk, just being surrounded in that environment in my, my work, just having this underlying passion for motherhood now that I'm a mom, and being surrounded by moms like in my church and that type of thing. I think all of that just kind of gave me more awareness of the importance of breastfeeding and breast milk and all of that. So that's kind of why I'm so passionate. So again, I'm here to promote it and encourage it, but at the same time, I'm not here to shame anybody or to, make anyone feel guilty or anything like that. So, But yeah, and I have touched on some of the health benefits of it in my other video. I think I did a video. Yeah, I did a video of like breastfeeding a toddler. So just within that, there's so many great benefits to breastfeeding. You know, just the skin to skin contact alone that releases the oxytocin. It's that feel good hormone in our bodies. It obviously it helps, I think, with like emotional development and that type of thing. Just having the security. Just getting in all those important nutrients as well as compounds that aren't necessarily found in formula, but are in breast milk. Just feeding that gut microbiome. I could go on and on. Another thing that's like, I'm just big, my favorite nutrient, again, if you know me, if you've watched some of my videos in the past, my favorite nutrient is, is omega-3 fatty acids. So that is something that, I'm just really like, I know through breast milk, you get those, right? If you consume fish in your diet or supplement. So that's just something that I'm like, oh, I got to make sure through my breast milk, my kid's getting that in. Now I'm not, again, formula is fine. I believe formula is fortified with DHA and EPA, which are the omega-3s that are important. So again, I'm not trying to say like breast milk is superior or better. It just depends on your situation, where you're at. That's totally fine. Like I said, a fed baby is the best way to go. A fed baby is a happy baby. So anyway, so again, through my history, through just my education, that type of thing, I've just learned over the years that the importance of breastfeeding. So that's what's definitely something I wanted to do when I became a mom. But knowing, just like with childbirth, when you're going into labor, you don't really know what's going to happen. You don't know, you get to the hospital, your birth plan could be tossed in the trash and you're having your baby a completely different way. So same thing with breastfeeding. I was very open-minded about it. I was like, well, hopefully I can do it. I'm going to try my best to do it. And if I can't, certainly I will go the formula route. And I was totally fine with that. So anyway, that's a little history there. Sorry, Joe. Is that just your name? Just Joe? Sup, man? Or is, I'm guessing. Yes. That's cool that your YouTube name is just simply Joe. I love that. But what's up? I hope you're doing good. Welcome. Thanks for being here. I'm so happy that there are people that are here. I was totally expecting this to just be me talking into the void of YouTube without any viewers. So I am like, this is super cool. So friggin' thank you for being here. And please, again, comment. Yeah, comment. Tell me where you're from. Are you breastfeeding? Are you formula feeding? Are you a new mom? Like, just tell me more about you guys, because I want to get to know you guys too. So I'm super encouraged by all this. So thank you. And I got 2 thumbs up. Are you kidding me? What? Oh, you guys are awesome. You guys get 2 thumbs up. Actually, yeah, while I'm on the topic of like YouTube, if you're new, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you. Again, I focus on motherhood and nutrition topics surrounding motherhood. I'm a mom of 2 boys, and yeah, I'm on this journey of motherhood. So that's my channel basically. So yeah, please subscribe and hit the like button down below too. I'm learning more too about, like, now that I'm a YouTuber, that there's like an algorithm to this. And the more people comment, the more people put thumbs up on your videos, like the more they get pushed out there into the world. So that would be awesome if you guys did that. So thank you if you did. Anyway, I'm here to talk about breastfeeding. So yeah, Joe's from Scotland. Sweet. Breastfeeding rocks. It does. I'm so glad that you love breastfeeding just as much as I do. Miss You Known. No, I'm actually just watching This Is So Chill from the UK here. What the heck? There's people from all over the world here. This is so cool. I love this. I like doing this, you guys. San Antonio, Texas. First time mom. Yes. Okay. I got that from you. Good. And congratulations on your little one, boy, girl. Did you say that already? Maybe you said, no, I don't think you said it already. Boy, girl, and the name, if you are comfortable sharing, I'd love to hear that. I always like to learn about new moms, their babies, and especially their names. I don't know. I just love like learning like what names moms and dads picked for their babies. Baby boy. Yay. That's awesome. And boys, so I actually have another video where I talked about, so I'm not trying to plug all my videos, but I'm just like being reminded I have videos on some of this stuff. Anyway, Toby. Oh, that's a cute name. Toby. I don't hear a lot of Tobys nowadays. That's cute. And I like the spelling. T-O-B-I. I like that. Awesome. What was I going to say? Oh yeah. So I have 2 boys, as you guys know. I already said that. And we were really hoping for a girl for a second because my husband, he's actually working in the house. Hope he's not listening in. He's like done having 2 kids. I am in the boat where I'm like, I kind of want to try for a third and I'd love to have a girl. Anyway, I have a video on that where I touched on all of that, but anyway, but no, to that being said, like, I love being a boy mom. Like, it is the coolest freaking thing ever. Like, there's just something about the connection between a mom and a boy that's just so special. And I love it. So yeah, anyway. Okay, Joe commented, what is a name you'd like to see make a comeback? Oh my gosh. It's funny you asked me that because, like when we were picking names, so my husband picked our firstborn's name. So I said, for our secondborn, it's my turn, dude. It is my turn. So I thankfully got to pick my name. So with that, I freaking searched. I was in the middle of the night, like, looking at Pinterest or whatever, finding like good names, like boy names. What names have I seen that I would like to have a comeback though? Now that you're jogging my memory, like all the names. That's a good question. You're getting me thinking. It's like, it's a simple question, but it's hard. Let me think about that. I'm going to have to get back to you, I think. You got me stumped. Called dibs. Yeah. Good for you. Miss you known. Yes. You got your turn. If your significant other, your hubby, whoever, they pick the first one, it's your turn. Rupert. I actually knew Rupert. My sister-in-law's, she dated back in the day a Rupert. That's I like that name. Roop. He went by Roop. Roop Loop. I'm trying to think of, there's a name. What name did I like? Oh my gosh. Arthur. I love the name Arthur. And actually I'm a YouTuber friend on here. Her son's name is Arthur actually too. And I love that name. That was actually on my list. Arthur. Especially in the States, you don't see Arthur a lot. Arthur. I like that name. Art, yeah. But I do like Rupert too. There's so many good names. I mean, there's so many names. And boy names, I feel like are easier to pick. I don't know if anyone else thinks this way, but I think boy names are a little bit easier than girl names. Like I know when, like for my firstborn, it was a surprise when I delivered him. So we didn't know what the gender was. So we had to come up with 2 names. So a girl and a boy name. And I was just like, girl names were freaking hard. I just remember that. They were super hard to come up with. So I'm going to no, I'm good. Okay. Yeah, good. So anyway, good question. Okay. I'm just going to keep going. I'm so excited for these comments coming in, you guys. It's awesome. Okay. So again, I'm just like referring to my notes because again, I'm not good with public speaking and like, I think things in my head, but I can't get them out to you. So I'm like, I'm trying, like, I have everything like written down to make sure I stick to things. Yeah. So yeah, I waited to find out the gender for my firstborn. And I do. I honestly wish I did it again for our secondborn, but I think like my husband and I were just like, yeah, we did it once. Like it was a surprise the first time, which was super fun. How about this time around? Let's change it up. Let's find out. So I actually did I think it was around the 12-week mark. You're able to take this test. It's actually to see if there's any like genetic abnormalities, but with that, they could also figure out the gender. So we did that. So I actually found out really early on what we were having the second time around. So that was really cool. But I think I know a family we're friends with who she literally just had her fourth baby yesterday, I think. And I think for all of her babies, they were surprise genders, surprise deliveries. So I'm like, that's really cool. And she turned out having 2 boys and 2 girls. I'm like, that's so freaking cool. How lucky. Any baby's lucky. I shouldn't say that. Of course, if you have a boy, girl, whatever, if you have all boys, all girls, what a mix, it's totally a blessing, totally awesome. So, okay. So one of the things that I wanted to kind of talk about today was just the shaming aspect. So shaming moms for breastfeeding, or more so, I think it comes with like public breastfeeding in a way, or, you know, posting videos out there of breastfeeding, whatever the case is. This is definitely something I see. It's like rampant, is that moms are shamed for breastfeeding. And again, especially in like the public areas. So, okay, I'm sorry. I keep getting distracted by comments. I don't want to leave you guys hanging. Do I know the world record? The world record is 69 children to one mother. You know what? I think I actually learned about that. That's so crazy that you asked me that, because I think I literally just heard about this. And I know is there a few twins she had some twins, right? She probably had to have, seriously. But that's insane. Like when did she start having kids? Like that's just nuts. You're literally popping out a baby twice a year, right? I can't do math. No, not twice a year. I'm not a math person, you guys. Anyway, so but back-to-back babies, like that's crazy. Crazy, 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 crazy. My goodness. Okay. So on the topic of shaming breastfeeding moms, there was actually a case in my community here where I live in Michigan, where, and I'm just going to read this to you, but basically I'm going to try to give you a little background. So anyway, this mom, it was in a church. Okay. So this court case, is that the right way of saying it? Court case? I don't know if it was a court case, but the courts were involved or whatever. Anyway, so there was a mom who was attending church, and I think she was just waiting out in the general common area of the church. I think like waiting for her kids to come out or something from school or whatever, whatever that's called, Bible school or whatever the case is. Anyways, during church. So this mom was breastfeeding her child, her baby, and apparently she received some very rude comments to her from members of the church, and like accused her of like exposing both of her boobs. And she just received some really, I think leadership got involved. Leadership in the church contacted her and basically like told her like that is, it's not okay. You should not have like been doing that. You should not have been exposing your breasts. Like, so she got like reprimanded basically for breastfeeding her kids, and of all environments, the church, right? Oh my goodness. So anyway, I just wanted to read what kind of came from that, or like a snippet from that case. And this was all, I think I got this just from an article online. So again, I'm like opening up and talking about the fact that moms are shamed for breastfeeding all the time, anywhere and everywhere. And it's happening, right? and it should not be happening. Okay, so excuse me. So this is the snippet. It says, so the plaintiff was told her action of nursing her child was immodest and could cause men to lust and stumble. Essentially, the plaintiff was told that nursing her child could sexually arouse other men. The plaintiff was told, oh, I already heard that. Yeah. Or wait, the plaintiff was told her action of nursing her child was immodest and could cause men to lust and stumble. I think I already said that. I did already say that. Oh, I copied and pasted. Dang nabbit, did I get that wrong? No, but that basically what that's showing is like, you know, they're putting the blame on this lady, this mom, for breastfeeding her kids, and telling her like, dude, you're causing people to be, you know, to sin or something like that because you're breastfeeding. It's like, dude, no, like, you're the one, like, for anyone, like, if you're sitting there staring at a mom breastfeeding, like, you have the ability to divert your eyes. You have the ability to look away, to walk past. That's on you. Like, you're the one with the problem, right? It's not the breastfeeding mom. It's the individual that is, you know, that has the problem with it. So they're the ones that have to deal with that problem inside themselves, I think. You know, it's not the breastfeeding mom. You know, she's not making you look at her. She's not forcing your eyes to look at her boobs. No, that's you. Like, you're the one. You have the ability to look away, to think other thoughts, to walk past. You got to work on yourself. You got to work on, you know, that's the thing. This is why I'm so passionate about it, because like, it's these things that are occurring. It's like we gotta take these opportunities to educate people. You know, I am going to teach my kids, my sons, to grow up knowing that boobs were made to feed babies, you know, to nourish babies, for other reasons too, for very, you know, obviously for, I shouldn't say for other reasons, but you know what I mean? To comfort babies, all of that. It's an emotional bond. It's all of that. De-stressor. Anyway, I'm going to teach my kids. It's all up to us, right? As adults, it's up to us to teach our kids the benefits of breastfeeding, the importance of breastfeeding, that it's normal. That's completely normal. So if we get those roots growing in our kiddos, our little ones, our youngsters, even our teens and all of that, our young men and women, well, quite frankly, for adults as well, we gotta start teaching everyone. Excuse me, I'm like about to burp. We got to start pushing all that information out into them to change their view, to change their mindset. Just with like anything, any social issue out there, any issues out there in the world. That's what it takes. It just takes taking time to educate, raise awareness, and all of that. That's what we need to be doing, instilling all of those things inside people's heads and their minds, so that way this is not a problem. That you're not going to blame freaking some mom, like, oh, you're causing men to sin and stumble into lust. Like, for real, you guys. Like, it blows my mind. It blows my mind. So it's up to us. It's up to us. It's up to us. So that's what I'm here. That's what I want to fight. Wonder Woman. I love Wonder Woman. So anyway, that was a little side tangent, but that's an example in my community, in a church, in my community, where a mom was basically shamed for breastfeeding her kid. There was more to that I wanted to talk about, but I'm just gonna go on. I'm just gonna move on. So anyway, I got some more comments here. So Joe, yeah, there were multiple births. Yep, there had to been. Seriously, it's just nuts. Most natural thing in the world, crazy. Yes, it is. You know, yeah, it is comedic. I can't even believe it. Oh, because yeah. So Miss Unknown, Oh my gosh. Am I saying your name wrong? Now that is it Miss UK? No. Oh my God. I'm like, shoot, I'm saying your name totally wrong. Anyway, sorry. Okay, because you're feeding your child is so so seductive. I know, right? Seriously, like, ooh, look at me nursing my little baby. Look, can you hear the little suckling noises? Oh, it's such a turn on. Oh my gosh, that's good. Totally agree. Oh, you have fantastic energy. Well, thank you. I think it's part nerves, to be honest. And just part like I'm super passionate about breastfeeding. I don't know. That's part of it, I think. And I'm not gonna lie, you guys, like, and I actually did, I did a short video where I just showed like all of my whatchamacallit, like bloopers and outtakes and stuff. I am not good at making YouTube videos. Like it is hard for me to do. It really is. But the live, it's like it kind of just it's fun because you're just like having a conversation. So maybe I should just do more. I just do lives. I don't know. I think I'd be down with that. Just chit chat with everyone, especially seeing that there's people on here to talk to. Like this is freaking. I just love it. So anyway, I appreciate that compliment. I'm gonna take that today, and it's gonna make the rest of my day just like amazing. So thank you, Joe. I appreciate that. Okay. So another thing I just wanted to chat on, and I don't even, how long have I been talking? 40 minutes. I'm going to try to just get this done at around an hour. I don't want to keep people on here forever. But anyway, so one of the other things that I experienced personally, now I have never been like, even breastfeeding in public, no one's ever said any comments to me. Thankfully, I've never really been in that boat. But part of the thing is too, I was always afraid people were going to comment, and having that fear kind of sucks. I was always, if I tried, even if when I had a cover on, like I was afraid people are gonna be like, oh my gosh, she's breastfeeding. Like seriously, go somewhere, go in the bathroom, go in the closet and breastfeed. Like I always had that in my head, which is not healthy and not something I should be worrying about when I'm just trying to feed my kid. Like seriously. So anyway, I never really put myself in a position, I guess, to just be like out in public, open breastfeeding. And now that with with COVID, I haven't really had an opportunity to be like I said, with my second child, I'm way more comfortable with not having to use a cover. So I haven't really been in that environment where I would just be breastfeeding openly without a cover or anything, because we haven't been out and about and stuff. So anyway, that being said, I am also on TikTok. And I'm not a great TikToker, I will say, just like you, I suck at TikTok. But anyway, it's fun. It's just like another little special little fun outlet, I guess, for me. I don't know. So anyway, I posted a little just like video of me breastfeeding my kid. And of course, like just one comment came through. It said something like, you should be ashamed of yourself for showing yourself breastfeeding your kid like that on, for everyone to see. Literally, she said, you should be ashamed of yourself. Or he, I don't know if it was a he or she. So anyway, so I was like, dude, like this is nuts. And then of course my video was taken down. And interestingly enough, I actually, it's funny. I don't know why it didn't occur to me to try this, but I had peeled it. And I ended up, it was actually, it was back up. So TikTok reviewed it and put it back up. So now it's up again. So I don't know why I didn't try this months ago when it was first taken down. But anyway, so that's cool. It's up now. But anyway, experiencing that shame, like even just with a TikTok video and one person making that comment, it's like, seriously, like, why are you trying to tear me down? I'm literally just breastfeeding my kid. I'm raising awareness of this issue. Like I'm trying to be positive about it. I'm trying to be supportive to other women and moms and people that are breastfeeding. That's all I want, is just to be positive about it and just encourage it. And so, like I said, support people that want to do that. So anyway, that was my experience. And then of course, through all of that, like I've noticed like other moms, like TikTokers and stuff, like their videos being taken down. And the funny thing is like, I've seen some pretty crazy videos on TikTok that, in my opinion, are way more racy, like way more sexualized. Like, it blows my mind, like what TikTok allows and what TikTok takes down. Like it just doesn't make any sense to me. So anyway, and that's the thing. The reason TikTok took my video down was because it said, actually the statement, I just pasted it, removed for adult nudity and sexual activity. Breastfeeding is not sexual activity. My goodness. And it's not like my nipple was out there poking out of my freaking shirt. Like, no, dude, my baby was breastfeeding. Like, seriously. And on the same token, this is just, I don't even know why this popped in my head, but like, we see topless dudes all the time. Like, come freaking out. We see ladies in their bikinis, boobs. Like, we're seeing nipples all over the place, you guys. Like, who freaking cares? Like, it's just, we got a long ways to go, you guys. We do. Well, a lot has to change about this. So anyway, I don't even know what I was getting at, but the point I was making there, but nipples are nipples, you know, I can sit there, does anyone have dogs that have had puppies? Like, seriously, you're literally seeing their little nipples, little puppies nursing away on these engorged nipples, you know, like it's in nature. Nipple feeding, nipples, breastfeeding, all of that's in nature. It's natural. Oh my gosh. So anyway. Another comment, sorry, I'm just reading. So here in Europe, so Joe, here in Europe, women often go topless at the beach. That's freaking awesome. It's funny you say that because, I mean, see? And it's cultural, right? Yeah, it's cultural. Like the freaking States, we got some work to do. We've got some work to do. Like our country, man. But yeah, on that, my husband and I went to Europe several years ago. I don't even know how long. It's been like what, 6 years ago? 7 years ago? No, not that long ago. 5 years ago, somewhere around there. Anyway, we went to Barcelona. And no joke. So I was literally standing, we were at a beach and I was standing on the boardwalk looking out. I was snapping a picture. I snapped a picture of the beautiful water. There's some people on the beach. I looked at the picture, no joke. I snapped a picture of a man naked, a naked dude on the beach with his penis hanging out. I couldn't believe it. And it wasn't like super in focus. It's not like it was because he was far away, but no, I could see it. I mean, I'm like, dude, there's a naked man on the beach. So yeah, see, nude beaches, they're there, they exist. You know, and we're here in the States dealing with freaking moms just trying to breastfeed their kids wherever and whenever, you know, to nourish and, you know, feed them, literally provide them sustenance and hydration, nourishment. We're dealing with that. And we've got naked dudes walking on the beach in other countries. Seriously. Several times on holiday in Denmark, I've seen people just strip right off. I mean, I am not comfortable doing that. I don't think I could do that. But again, it's just a cultural thing. Like those people are comfortable in their bodies, right? They're comfortable. You know, they were taught that our bodies are our bodies. Like seriously, like how amazing to have what we have. And like, it's normal, it's natural. I've got stretch marks. I've got cellulite. I've got, oh my gosh, the list goes on and on. I've got veins. Why are we so ashamed of our bodies? Why are we so ashamed? Like we seriously, we have a lot of work to do. And it's cool. I'm seeing like on Instagram, like I follow some body positivity peeps, and like, they're just posting their bodies, like their normal bodies. Like this is normal. This is normal. So we have to start normalizing normal bodies, right? That's what we got to do. That's a whole other topic of discussion though, for real. But I'm encouraged. And it's funny now that I'm a mom and I'm in my 30s now, like I am getting to the point where I'm like, dude, I had 2 kids. Like, this is it. Like, this is my body. Like, I'm proud of where it came from, what it did, where it's going. Like, instead of worrying so much of like what we freaking look like, just be happy with what you got. And it's so freeing. Like to me, like getting rid of all of that like nonsense in my head, like it's so freeing. Like I don't have to worry. I don't have to be embarrassed. I've always grown up that way too. And that's again a whole other video. Just because I'm so pale and like I'm chubby and certain, you know, like that's something that I am self-conscious about certain things, but it's like just give it up for Pete's sake. Like seriously, give it up and move on. Like life, there's way more to life than, you know, worrying about the way you look. And I've got a lot of work to do, but anyway, same with breastfeeding, right? There's way more to worry about than focusing on shaming a mom for breastfeeding their kid in public or, you know, again, the issue's on you, the issue's in your head and your heart. Like you got to make the change on yourself. So anyway, oh my goodness, enough of that. So let me keep on going on. So I think I've got like 10 minutes left, I think, for this. I don't want to like just blabber on and on about this, but I'm so again happy that people are commenting and I have some viewers here. So this is awesome. I was just gonna like answer some questions. I'll try to make it quick. But that is it. I think I touched on some of the things I wanted to touch on in this video, just normalizing breastfeeding and on all of that good stuff and just touching on the issue. Again, this is something we could probably talk about all day. Okay, so question one, where's the weirdest place you've breastfed? Again, you guys can answer this. I want to read these comments too. I'm going to, if there's any more comments down below, after this has been posted, this live's been posted. For me, and it's not really a weird place at all. It's what popped in my head. And it's just a graduation ceremony. I was at my brother-in-law's graduation ceremony, sitting in the stands. And I'm like, there's people all around me. I had to breastfeed and I did. And I watched him, you know, watched all those graduates walk up on stage and all that good stuff. So anyway, probably one of the weirdest places I've breastfed. I'm curious to hear what other people say about this. Where were you ever worried about producing enough milk? Yeah, I think this is normal. I think a lot of women, moms, worry about this for sure. I definitely was, especially like the first time around, so worried. But I've always tried to like remember, like your baby, like it's a supply demand thing, and like the more you nurse your baby, the more acclimated your breasts will get and all that good stuff. So now when I pumped, like that was a concern because when I pumped, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm only producing so many ounces, like it's not enough. So, you know, it is a valid concern. And in fact, with my second child, I actually did have to supplement with formula. And I'm totally, again, formula is okay. I'm not here to bash anyone using formula at all. So I have used it. So anyway, I think that's, yeah, definitely a valid fear among a lot of us moms. And now there's the other side of it where moms overproduce and they're just like having to pump constantly because their boobs are getting so engorged. Like I almost wish I had that problem partially, not the engorgement, but like I wish I like overproduced so I didn't have to worry. What's the weirdest thing you've done with your breast milk? So one of the things my second born, like I forget what he had. Oh yeah, he had like blocked or clogged tear ducts. And apparently breast milk, if you squirt it in their eye, wherever the clogged duct is, it helps clear it away. So yes, I squirt breast milk into my baby's eyeball to help heal it. And I think it actually did work. Yeah, it did work. They say there's so many like amazing uses for breast milk. If you guys have heard other good uses for breast milk, please comment because I want to learn about them. But anyway, the other thing I've heard of people doing with breast milk or like old breast milk they had like stored in the freezer that they didn't want to waste, soap. People actually make soap out of breast milk. Like that's pretty cool. All right. Have I tasted my breast milk? Yes. Yes, I have. I am totally one. Like I'm totally open and everything. Like I'm like, dude, if my baby's drinking this stuff, I want to know what it tastes like. Yes, I want to know what it tastes like. So I did. I sipped on some of it. I didn't drink a ton of it. It's not like I guzzled it or anything like that. But I tasted it. And you know what? It wasn't that weird. It was just like sweetened milk, basically, like milk with like a little bit of extra sugar. It was just a little sweeter than like cow's milk, but it wasn't as thick as cow's milk, if that makes sense. It was a little bit more watery. Anyway, yeah, I've tasted my breast milk. One other thing is I tasted it too, because so this is like a thing that can happen with breast milk. If you freeze it or if it's in the fridge long, like a little bit too long, it can release more of the lipase that's in the milk. And lipase is actually used, it's in the breast milk and naturally in it to help your baby digest fats in the breast milk. So the lipase will then, like once it's in the freezer again, or if it's too cold in the fridge, for a long period of time, that lipase level will increase, and it makes the milk taste kind of like basically like spoiled, sort of, or soapy. Some people describe it that way. So I did taste it, and I'm like, it actually tasted kind of gross. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm like, I don't, because my kid wasn't drinking his bottles like sometimes, and I'm like, why isn't he drinking his milk? Oh, it's because it tastes kind of funky from the lipase. So again, that's like a normal thing, but yeah. So that is, yeah, it's gross. I will say the lipase, I didn't like it, but some babies are totally fine with it. Some babies will just say, oh, it's fine by me. Like, I don't mind the weird tasting milk. I'm going to drink it. And it's healthy. It's normal. It's fine. Again, it's a normal thing. It doesn't change. Like, it's not like it's actually spoiled or anything like that. So just know that. Oh, here we go. Let's see. Joe, it's meant to be really good for the skin. I've heard that too, actually. Like if you have, what do they say? Like not like a rash, I don't know, with babies, like eczema, maybe that's what it was. Like putting it on that, it'll help heal that. Yeah, it is amazing for skin. So many good properties, Miss Known. Yeah, really, it's magical. It totally is magical. It really is. Okay. So how old were my kids when I stopped breastfeeding? So my firstborn was like exactly like a year old. Like literally the day he turned 1, I think was the last time he breastfed. I intended on breastfeeding him longer, but I became pregnant when he turned 9 months old. So I continued to breastfeed as long as possible, basically. And because I was pregnant, my body like just could not produce milk anymore, basically, because it was focusing on the baby, with hormones and focusing on making a baby. I was just like not able to continue producing breast milk, unfortunately. So I had to stop with him, and thankfully he was like totally okay with it. There was no issues. Like he was like ready and okay, and that worked out. I am currently still breastfeeding my now 19-month-old. So, and I hope to continue until he's about 2 and then kind of go from there. But it's crazy because he's actually like getting at this point in time where he's like communicating and talking and verbalizing, like he wants to nurse. And it's funny because like that's my cue to him. I'm like, oh, you want to nurse? Like that's what I would say, nurse. And he'd be like, yeah, yeah. Like he would express like, yeah, like so he was excited about nursing. And once he started to learn how to talk, he would say wees. And then now he actually does say nurse. So he's learned to say the word nurse. And that's how he requests breastfeeding. So I do it whenever he wants to, basically. So we'll see about the weaning. I might have to do a video on like the weaning of breastfeeding down the road. Because I'm interested to know how that's all going to go. Ugh. So, did one boob produce more milk than the other? Yeah, it did actually. Yes, I did have, I think both times, like my first time breastfeeding, my left boob was just like the MVP. Like it just produced more milk. And then my right boob was just not on board. It was a little behind the times there. And then I think the opposite became true my second time around. Like my right boob produced a little bit more milk than my left. So it's interesting. Our bodies are interesting. Crazy. La, la, la. Was breastfeeding painful for you? So my first time, yes. So I'm not going to lie. Like it took me a week or two to get to a point where it didn't really hurt. Like I did develop scabbing, scars, not scars, but like basically just scabs, like rawness or whatever. And it could have been his latch, but over time, over the course of several days, a few weeks, that all went away. So I think it just took time for my nipples to get used to it all. So I did everything I could to help, to remedy the soreness. There's different ointments and stuff like that out there, compresses, all of that to help with the pain. But I'm not gonna lie, it definitely was painful. Second time around was not as bad. I think my nipples were just like, yeah, we've done this before. Like, here we go again, So it wasn't, it wasn't a big deal the second time around. It wasn't as painful. Yeah. Oh yeah. So just to add, like I did bleed. Like I remember one time, like I nursed my first child and like literally he spit up blood. I'm like, that's gross. But it was from my bloody nipple. So again, this is not a glamorous thing. Breastfeeding is not glamorous by any means. So that was kind of gross and scary, but hey, it is what it is. And thankfully, like things got better as I kept doing it. I kind of fought through the pain and all of that to be successful. So yeah. Oh yeah. One thing I want to mention too. So the second time around, because I again, I'm still breastfeeding, but I was pumping at work. Thankfully, I was able to do that. And while around the like 12 to 14 month age, pumping at work, I developed some. I don't know if it was because of the nipple shields to the pump or what it was. But like I developed some like tearing at the nipple. Like I know it sounds really gross, but like, and every time I pumped, like I just had to endure the pain. It bled. Like I did all I could like to help with that. Like I would put Neosporin on it or other ointments. What's that stuff? Petroleum jelly. Like I literally would soak my nipples in like hot water and salt, like hot salt water before I would pump to help relieve some of that pain and like get my nipples like moist and like ready for pumping because it was so bad. It was so painful. And again, it could have been like the shield to the nipple. It could have been the pump. I switched the pumps around a little bit. The brands. I did the Medela and I did the, what's the other one? I can't remember the other one that I did. Anyway, but yeah, so that was a terrible experience. So I don't know if that's a common thing that happens. Like if anyone else out there pumps, like let me know if you experienced that. Cause that sucked. I will not lie, that sucked. So again, it could have been like user error or something. Or I was like dry, just had really dry skin. I don't know, but that really sucked. How does I already mentioned that. What's the weirdest thing about nursing a toddler? Well, I think now that he expresses wanting to nurse and that type of thing, he's like more vocal about it. Like, I think that's kind of strange. Now that he's able to like ask on, like, it's like on demand, like, I want to nurse, mom, like, let's nurse. Like, that's kind of the strangest thing to me. And the fact is like, it's like, he's all over the place. And he's big and bulky and like, he'll flail his arms, he'll slap me. And like, just, that's so strange. Like to me, it's just like, you're not like an infant that's immobile. Like you're flailing all around, you're doing yoga on me. It's kind of funny. Most essential breastfeeding item or product. I really think like, again, this is going back, just talking about like if you are not comfortable nursing in public, like a nursing cover will save, like seriously, will be amazing. It will be so helpful. The one I had that opening. It was nice and big. Made me super comfortable, especially with my firstborn when I was like new to it all. Like it was such a difference maker. It was a life changer, really. So to be honest, like it's funny that I'm talking about like normalizing breastfeeding and like not shaming moms for breastfeeding or whatever, but or just being open and put a boob on it out in the open. And now I'm saying like get a nursing cover. You got to get no, it's up to you, of course. But it helped me again. I think for any new mom, I think that would be something to get like a really like one that has the opening just to make yourself more comfortable and not have to worry. Like it's bad enough you're a first time mom, you're trying to like take care of your children, your child, your feet, you don't about like the adjustment side of things, being out in the open, in public, you just want to nurse your kid and just relax, right? So, that to me is like an essential for breastfeeding moms. And there are, I'm sure, other good products out there. That's a whole other video, right? Okay. I think this is my final question, and I know I've gone over an hour here. What do your boobs look like now? I'm not gonna lie, you guys. My boobs have changed. Just to be brutally honest, like they're deflated balloons, like people say. They're kind of saggy, a little bit deflated because they're not as pumped. Like even though I'm still breastfeeding, it's not like they get engorged with milk or anything like that. Like, and they're like, where maybe to some it's like, oh yeah, nice, like I'm filling out my bra, my boobs are full of milk, like this is great. No, like they're just, they're saggers, I'm not gonna lie. But you know what, again, I'm proud of my body, what it's doing, what it's done, like being able to breastfeed and stuff. Like I'm just super excited about that and happy about that I was able to do it, and I'm still able to do it right now. So yeah, but no, they're just, yeah, but they did their job. And they're going to retire someday, and they're just going to be there in all their saggy glory. And that's okay. I feel like my voice is becoming scratchy because I've been talking so long. I am not used to this. But anyway, oh, if you're hanging with me, there was these stats I wanted to share. If I can even like read them, it's so blurry. Whoop. Actually, I'm going to look them up. Let me see if I can even. Oh yeah, here we go. Public. Again, I'm gonna finish up here soon. But there's a few other comments before I go. I think. Wow, all this long, I thought it was spoiled or there was a problem. Oh, so did you experience that too with the lipase? Yeah. It's not spoiled. I think, what is the recommendation? Refrigerating the breast milk for up to 5 days, 5 to 6 days, I think roughly. And then freezer milk is like good for 6 months in a good freeze, I think. I think that's right. But anyway, yeah, no, it didn't spoil. It's that lipase. I know. And I don't think it's the same for every, all moms or whatever. But in particular, me, I definitely noticed that. So yeah, don't throw it away. Try to reuse it, maybe mix it in with like fresh milk that you just pumped to kind of, improve the taste, I guess, if that makes sense. Okay, so I just wanted to, as I'm finishing this off, because this video is more like, again, about breastfeeding and not shaming moms on breastfeeding and just like normalizing it. There was a survey by CDC. Actually, I don't know who did the survey, but it's from 2015. So one of the questions was for the survey. So for the people taking the surveys, they answered this question. I am comfortable when mothers breastfeed their babies near me in a public place, such as a shopping center, a bus station, etc. 57% agreed, or almost 60% agree. Yes, they're comfortable. 23% neither agree or disagree, but 19% disagreed. So that's a decent chunk of people that don't agree with it or disagree with this. I believe women should have the right to breastfeed in public places. 64% agree and 13% disagree. So there's people out there that believe that moms do not have the right to breastfeed in public, even though there is a law. I don't know what the law. There's a law out there that says that yes, you are okay. You're allowed to breastfeed in public. It's against the law to to tell a mom otherwise. Public buildings need to have a room where women could breastfeed and pump milk for their babies. This is 57% agree. 13, almost 14% disagree. you know, so that could pose a problem, especially for a mom that doesn't want to go in public. So it's like, you're saying, no, you're not allowed to, you don't have the right to breastfeed in public. And at the same time, no, you're not allowed to have a special room devoted to you and you're feeding your baby. Like, what the frick? Well, what, how is a mom supposed to feed her baby at this point? In her car, in the bathroom? Like, no, that is no. I mean, if they want to, I guess they can, but Okay, so that's it. I think that those are the main things I wanted to touch on. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, okay, you guys, I'm going to leave it at that. It's been over an hour here. Seriously, thank you to those who are here live. Makes me seriously feel so special. I really appreciate it. Seriously, this is awesome. Again, comment down below. I'm going to continue reading comments after the fact. What else? What else should I touch on? Yeah. Let me know maybe where you're from, or, what are your thoughts? Anything for that matter. I don't care. I love interacting with you guys. So again, thanks for the support. If you're new, subscribe, like, again, doing so and commenting and stuff actually will help the video get out there and stuff and support my channel and what I want to do here. This is an awesome outlet for me. I love building this community with you guys and just sharing things on my mind. Again, it really helps. It's like therapy to me. YouTube is like therapy to me, which might be sad. I might need an actual therapist at this point, you guys. No. Anyway, a human being to talk to, in person, solo, right? No, which is fine. Obviously, actually, I probably should get a therapist, to be honest. It's good for the soul. But this has been great. So anyway, again, I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for being here. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And anyway, I will see you the next time I live stream. Oh, that's the thing. Maybe share some topics that you guys are interested in learning about or talking about. Like, I would love to just be like a mediator here where we can all chit chat and talk. That would be super awesome. So let me know down below what your thoughts are on any topics or whatever to do in the future videos, all of that. But with that, I'm out of breath. I gotta go pee. Seriously, my bladder is full. I gotta go pee. But anyway, I love you. Thanks again so much for being here. I'll see you guys again in the next video. But as I always like to try to remember to say, be strong, stay cool, or the other way around, stay cool, be strong, doesn't really matter. I'll see you guys again next time. All right, you guys take care. Bye, 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 bye.